Right, KUTV's Rise today. This is the launch, and the Red Bull Basement is a platform that supports and nurtures impact in society. Now, the very first Kenyan lot to participate in the Red Bull Basement Challenge competition is sitting right here with me in studio. I'm sitting with John and Emmanuel. Right, is that right? Yes. Welcome to studio, guys.
Thank you so much.
We will be having kindly use your mics.
Sure.
Thank you. Right, you are both working in the same startup.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes. Could I get what your roles are and how different they are from each other? Maybe start with someone who's closest to me.
All right. I'm Emmanuel. Basically, my role in the startup is to develop code,
Right.
to write a clean and scalable code for our platform.
Right.
Since it's not an easy platform, actually, it's complicated stuff.
What is your platform?
Analfeed.
Right.
Analfeed
What does
Learn.
Analfeed do?
Okay, so Analfeed is a system that empowers learning and skill development for students around campus and startup and boot camps.
Right.
So basically, it gives you ability to upgrade yourself as you go on. As you continue learning, you're able to know your weaknesses and you're able to improve on your weaknesses to better your performance in every assessment that you do.
Right.
Yeah.
What is your role at Analfeed, and how different is it from John's?
So my role mostly is also developing code,
Right.
mostly the analytical aspect of the code. I'm a statistician, a data scientist, so our platform is very data-oriented.
Right.
So
Why did you guys choose the name Analfeed, and what does Analfeed mean? Because the first time I heard of Analfeed, I thought it's something to do with farming. Only to come and realize it isn't. So what would you explain to a viewer who is back at home, just seated somewhere, to understand what Analfeed is in the most layman terms?
Yeah, so I'd like to say first we want to improve the education sector in the country.
How so?
The level of skills coming out of campus and the level of skills required by the employers
Does not
match.
All right.
Yeah, so I think as a country we have not harnessed the power of data, and especially in the education sector. So if we could try to use the data that we get each and every day in campus or in high school to try to improve our performances and more so upskill our skills, then I think that would really improve us as a country and for the young people who are graduating out of campuses.
Right. So how exactly does Analfeed do this? How exactly do you do this and help the education sector?
Yeah, so for the student, first of all, we were able to give them assessments and projects that allow them to identify their weaknesses and strengths.
Right.
Using the assessments and the past data.
Right.
So through this, they are able to improve on their weaknesses and also strengthen their strengths.
Right.
By the time they're finishing campus, it means they have done several projects. There are different projects in our platform. And then on the part of the administration, the school is able to identify where the students are not performing through data and through analytics.
Right.
If
you are a data scientist, so which means you get this data and use it and assess it. Maybe to understand it from your view, how exactly do you analyze this data? How exactly do you at Analfeed analyze this data and make sure that it's effective for the education sector that you guys are planning to impact?
All right. So data can come as a bulk,
Right.
and with our normal eyes, it would be impossible to understand what exactly the meanings are that are revealed in the data. So Analfeed gets all the data from students, assessments, normal feedback on how they are doing in the course, and we're able to pinpoint the most important areas in that data, so that through our system, we're able to get that effectiveness on particular topics, units, activities that students are engaged in. We get the number of counts or the number of scopes in every small detail,
Right.
and we bring it out to a graphical presentation that everyone, even the student, is able to understand. This is the exactly point that I'm failing, and this is the exactly point that I need to improve on. Yeah.
Right. So you are working directly with, are you working directly with students, or are you working directly with the institutions which have these students?
All right. So our main focus is the students,
Okay.
because from the students we get the data to move it upwards to departments and to the institution of the schools.
Right.
Yeah.
You won the Red Bull Basement Challenge for 2019. How does that feel? Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. So how does that feel for you, and how did you come to join the Red Bull Basement Challenge? And for someone who doesn't know what that is, maybe a brief introduction to it.
Yeah, so the Red Bull Basement Competition, it is a platform by Red Bull that allows students to create solutions for the problems that they are experiencing in their campuses.
Right.
Through technology, of course. So that platform itself, it gives the students are able to come up with ideas and defend their ideas to the judges, and then they are picked. It's a competition in the country and then in the global among countries in the world. So winning that competition was a great feeling. Obviously, we were excited at the same time challenged. I would say for me it was a very exciting moment in different aspects.
It has to be.
It has to be.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe coming back to you, help me understand how you feel about such competitions, such as the Red Bull Basement competition. Last week I was seated with people from the Halt Prize, and we have these several competition from the Halt Prize, Red Bull Basement competition. There's the Nairobi Ecosystem Challenge, Nairobi Innovation Week. What do you feel is a role? Personally, what do you feel is the role of these challenges, all these challenges that have someone declared as the winner? Do you feel that they help to grow the culture of startups, or are they demotivating? Are there opportunities in there, and what are some of those challenges?
Okay. I would start with the problems you're facing.
Right.
So, as a country, we have problems in infrastructure, agriculture, education, health, and all these problems, you can't solve them by one person or by just a team. We need to have as many teams as possible handling specific problems so that they come up with the best solution. So having many organizations like Red Bull, Basement, Halt Prize, and Nairobi Ecosystem, having them bringing these competitions up and around so that many teams could come in and bring their ideas and try to defend them as good.
Right.
They help us young innovators to come up with our own companies or startups.
Right.
Yeah. So they encourage that culture of innovation, and innovations bring companies, and companies will bring employment.
Right.
So it's a win-win for the country.
So when someone wins, such as you guys, when someone wins a competition such as the Red Bull Basement competition for your startup, does this directly translate to economic value for you guys, or is it just is it a title?
Definitely, it translates to economic value for us.
Right.
Even from the beginning of the competition, after we win, because we are given tokens to help ourselves and develop the project, the product, and especially Red Bull has been really helping us through the development, prototyping development, and even the upcoming launch of the product. So I think it translates a lot economically for us, but also we want to help. That's our main focus.
Definitely.
Yeah, because we think there's a huge gap in the education sector.
Right.
So if we would help that, whether it helps us economically, as long as it has helped the country as a whole, that would be our main satisfaction.
Right. What does your product look like for someone out there who wants to work with you guys? What is the thing that you want to sell to them?
I would say that it is very analytical. Yeah, so for a developer who would like to join maybe the team, it is very analytical. It is data oriented mainly. It uses machine learning and mostly machine learning to make predictions and create models. And mostly it's based on the students and providing efficiency performances for the administration.
It's interesting that you've mentioned data, and I would love to get that from you. You guys collect a lot of data, I understand, and do analytics and provide models for some of these institutions. How will someone feel confident in that you guys have this much data? Of course, coming with data privacy issues, concerns all over the world. How do you handle that much data?
Of course, data is power. And an Alfid having such kind of data or such bulk of data brings issues of concern about security. But to be honest, we are focusing on students' performances. We, as a company,
that's still a lot.
Yeah, sure. We are focusing on that. That means that whatever data we are collecting pertains or is focusing on the same path of improving students' performances. And we are not entitled to sell that data outside our company or do something harmful with that data so that we can jeopardize an institution or ESCO. Yeah,
right.
so
You two guys are young developers. Maybe to get a bit more personal, you are developers in a space where the world of developers is still not as developed as developed countries, I will say. Right. So how is the space for young developers, young startups that are coming up, especially in the Nairobi ecosystem?
I'd say there's a lot of need for developers. There's a lot of starting from the problems that we're facing. Again, there's a lot of solutions that people could come up with. And based on these solutions, it means the world is heading in a technology
driven environment. Yes.
Exactly. So if most people would be technology literate from the beginning, then it would really help to even try to, you can have an idea, but again, you can't develop. If you don't have the skills to develop the idea and to implement it, then it is very difficult to get to the goal of your idea. So there is a huge space for developers, for data scientists, and for technology people in general to just innovate. I think as a country, and for young people, it really affects me when I see a lot of people graduating and they don't have exactly
up to par skills.
Exactly.
Yes.
And if we could try to have that innovative aspect, like try to graduate out of campus knowing that I want to help in this aspect, I feel more suitable to improve or to create a solution in this field, then it would really solve a lot of problems in this country.
Right. I'm going to put you on a hot seat. What if an Alifid failed? What would be the way forward for the two of you and your whole team? What if you failed? What if you do not get the required capital to boost this up? How do you feel? How do you feel? What will happen to an Alifid?
As he said, our main goal is help. So we can do that with or without much finance, because we are all focusing on getting information and changing that to useful data, useful, meaningful data. Another thing is, an Alifid is not our end goal. We are starting a much bigger stuff called Betterhood. It will bring Betterhood, yes, Betterhood technologies, yeah.
Right.
It's under construction right now, development. It will bring a huge impact in the country's ecosystem.
Okay.
Not only in education, but will also handle health, agriculture, and even business area.
Right.
Yeah. So
all the best in an Alifid.
Yeah,
and
sure.
You said it's wood.
Betterhood Technologies. Yeah.
All the best in Betterhood and Alifin. Now, the last round of this conversation that I would love us to have is I'm following up a story on TikTok. There's been a lot of development around TikTok, them being banned in the United States, them averting the ban. TikTok, WeChat. These are companies that are based in China that are operating all over the world and having conversations, even including the US president coming in, of course, to weigh in on TikTok, a platform that gives people all the way from teenagers to middle-life adults. We're having the US president, the Senate, that is the US government also weighing in on that. But we do not have Kenyan applications out there. You guys are young developers, but we do not see an application from Kenya or a tech company from Kenya being summoned. Not that we want that, but we would love to have our own developers stuff out there. Why are we not there yet? Why do we not have an Alifid in the international scene?
For you to develop a scalable application as TikTok, you would need support from within, from the government.
Right.
So if our government could chip in and help young innovators out there, because I'm 100% sure there's a lot of innovators out there whom they have thought of an idea and have brought about a very nice looking solution that can really change our country and the world at large. But that support is required for us to be able to move that quickly as TikTok did.
Right. Yeah. What is your perspective on the same?
I think it all also comes to attention of a country.
Okay.
If you compare China to the United States, definitely there has been issues.
A lot of tension between them.
Yeah, even the Huawei case, if you followed up the Huawei case. So I think it also comes down to attention, which country is getting the much attention.
Right, the bilateral relations.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, so I think because of time, we will have to end the conversation here, but I would love to get your social media handles and also to tell people something more about an Alifid and the Red Bull Basement Challenge that happened last year. I understand there is also a Red Bull Basement competition this year. Yeah. Of course, one of you will take that and tell us how to go about it. For people who love to apply, of course, to this and also win as you guys. And maybe if they need advice from either of you, also tell us on that camera where to get you. So last remarks and also an update on the Red Bull Basement competition from either of you.
Okay. First, I'd like to thank Red Bull and also KUTV for giving us the opportunity to be here and speak to the world of innovators. And secondly, I'd like to talk to the young innovators out there, the university students, high school students, graduates who have who feel like they have an idea that they want to pass across and that they feel that the idea can change the world. If you believe in the idea, then you should follow it up. The Red Bull Basement gives you a platform to sell your idea to the world and implement your idea. There are more details in the website. If you visit the website, you'll be able to see the application details. You have to upload a 60 seconds video to begin with that explains your idea and the problem that you're trying to solve. Right. And then after that, you'll proceed to the voting stage and stages past that. Right. And all the details are in the website. Right. You can choose to solve problems in different categories. Education sector, like we did. There is careers sector. There is there's a lot of categories in the website.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe you give us the handles for both of you or for the company, as well as your last remarks as well on that camera.
Thank you guys for this session.
All right.
Yeah, it means a lot to us and to young innovators too.
All the best for the both of you guys.
Okay, sure.
Right.
So for our startup, you'll get it in IG. That's an Alifid. For me, it's Atemba Emmanuel. That's Twitter, and also atemba.254. That's IG.
Right. That is Emmanuel Atemba and John Bugwa from Analyfeed, who are the winners of the Red Bull Basement competition, that is 2019. I'll be back with Tech Voice. We're still looking at matters technology. TikTok was set to be banned from the United States, TikTok and WeChat, by the weekend, but they have averted that. So we'll be back to look at that after this short break on Biashara Tuesday on KUTV's Rise Today.